How's it going, YouTube? This is Wake, Run, Collapse, and welcome to boxes number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 of Japanese Collection Sun. Unlike my typical 100-pack openings, because these boxes have 30 packs inside instead of 20 packs apiece, this is actually going to be a 150 booster pack opening. And if Collection Moon happens to be your preferred set, don't worry, I got you covered because my 150 pack Collection Moon opening is going to be posted to the channel at this time tomorrow. So sit back, get some food, maybe a drink, age-appropriate beverage of course, and enjoy the show. I want to thank you all for turning up to support this this video, this endeavor, these booster cases, as the case may be. We did have a minor technological setback as we cut into box number 6, or box number 1 of this opening, in that our secondary lighting system has abandoned us for good. The softbox, which is providing all the regular light to the background here, is working just fine. But unfortunately, the secondary lighting system has lost its ability to stand up. So it is currently leaning up against the side wall, and that is not exactly a recipe for success. So we'll probably be unable to do those low lighting shots for super rare, for hyper rare cards, but we're still going to do our best. I do actually have a deck box from Sun and Moon right here that I did not open on camera, but wanted to show off. I also need it for the storage area too, but it's pretty cool. It did come with the new style energy, but I think these might also be included in the trainer box, so we're going to just set those to the side for now. I just need a nice, secure place to be able to put all of my holos, all of my GXs. You know what? I think we need to bring... Can we bring this down even? Not really. I think we kind of just have to stack it to the top here. Yeah, I think this is how this is going to go. So, pack number 1 of 150. It's going to be quite the endeavor. And it brings us a Rotom Pokedex, Parasect, Herdier, Diglett, and what a wonderful start, Gumshoos GX right out of the gate. Lovely. We're not going to be doing individual recaps after these booster boxes are opened. I simply don't have that kind of time. So we're just going to pile them all into that storage box in the back, and then go from there. I also don't necessarily see the need to say all the Pokemon's names, especially where otherwise this is just going to be a video where you hear me talk for an hour. And there's a Kangaskhan holo. Mostly you guys, I imagine, are here for part of the journey, to just be with me as I continue my quest to pull those super rare, hyper rare, ultra rare cards that will put me, hopefully, steps closer to completing our sets. I've already opened 5 boxes of each, so as I pull cards, I will reference whether I've got them or not, which could be considered spoiler material. And I could, of course, directly reference the pulls I've already gotten, so if you've not seen the previous openings, now's the time to turn back and catch yourself up. There's that Crocodile. Alrighty, we've got a Stoutland, Cosmog, Lillipup, Growlithe, and a Golduck. Kind of have a complicated setup going here because my regular deck box is full, so it's kind of crowding us a little bit. Alima, Spinda, Cloyster, Makuhita, and a Crobat. Also, I don't know if some of you who have maybe opened these Sun and Moon booster boxes already may have noticed, but I find it more difficult to get the packs out of the box. Maybe it's just me following up with some of my shortcomings, but the design of the box makes it a little tougher to reach in and pull the packs out. So we've got a Professor Kukui. Actually see the lighting difference actually here, and that the right side is lit better than the left side in the background. Overall, it doesn't make that much of a difference, but ooh, Solgaleo GX. Or is it Solgaleo? Because it's like lion-like. I'm really not sure. If you're wondering why I'm just breezing through those cards and not freaking out, there's a couple reasons for that. In case you happen to be new to the channel, I've already opened 150 packs of Collection Sun and an additional 150 of Collection Moon. So I've seen all the regular GXs that are offered in these expansions, and I'm not one to fake reactions. So really, the reason why I'm not going mental when I pull a GX is I have multiple copies of them already. I'm excited to see them. I love collecting these cards, and I think they're excellent. But I'm not going to... So we get a Rabombi Holo. I'm not going to be, like, putting on a deliberate show, because I could lose my mind every time I saw one, but... I don't know. It's not part of my brand, and it's not a genuine reaction from me, and I would never want to... I would never want to fake stuff. It's not that kind of person I am. Rotom's Pokedex, Bounsweet, Diglett, Zubat, and Beware. Might actually take these packs out of the boxes, might make them a little easier to access and reach. We've got a Stoutland, Yungoos, Growlithe, Herdier, and Golbat. Let's finish up this side first. Might be a Shoulder Saver. So we've got Timer Ball, Sandile, Wishy-Washy, Caterpie, and a Toxapex Holo. Very nice. This is the last, yeah, this is the last pack of the first half of the box. And we've got ourselves a Lima, Stuffle, Psyduck, Cosmog, and an Araquanid. I think we're going to, for the moment, abandon the notion of doing something with these packs. I think we're just gonna, yeah. I'm just gonna make a crazy pile on the floor. And now we're just gonna, yeah. Yeah, this makes way more sense to me. I think this is how we're gonna do this. Alright, we've got Repel, Zubat, Spinda, Caterpie, and a Kangaskhan Holo. Important to note that we are only 10% of the way through this video. That's pretty wild. So there will be, see me go for the box, there will be many opportunities to pull great holos, great GXs, and even better full arts or better from these booster boxes. Let's get a Butterfree there. Feel free, of course, to leave comments in the comment section below as we go, as long as they're spoiler-free. That doesn't bother me. Got a Crobat right here. Though, to be honest, I tend to not like pick fights in these openings. If somebody posts something like super rude or something that, for lack of better phrasing, does not contribute to the discussion, I generally just delete it. And if I see it habitually, I'll just block the user. But sometimes I respond. Sometimes you have to. People have to understand. But I'm not a pot stirrer, per se. I don't like to challenge things. Got a Rotom Pokedex, Paris, Shelder, Spinda, and an Alolan Dugtrio. Alrighty, DCE, Bounsweet, Eevee, Dewpider, and Steenie. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but boxes 6, 7, and 8 of this opening are the loose boxes, and box 9 commences the booster case. The last 12 boxes coming from a sealed case. That was opened on my channel very early this morning, depending on your time zone. Got a Golduck, Metapod, Diglett, Makuhita, and a Lapras GX. Awesome stuff. sleeved in a KMC Perfect Fit sleeve. Also, I should probably mention this before we get too deep in the video, says the guy who waited 10 minutes to say it. But these boxes were purchased on amiami.com, AMIAMI.com. Fantastic pricing, always like their service. Service a little underwhelming this time because it took a little while for them to be shipping and for me to get the invoice in the first place, but they ended up coming through like they always do, so I have absolutely zero interest in changing out suppliers for these openings. Just always been pleased with them. Just a little less so this time around. Repel, Stuffle, Caterpie, Skarmory, and a Stoutland. And there we have Cosmoem, Cloyster, Passimian, Yungoos, and a Sarvina. So between Collection Sun and Collection Moon, we've done very well with full art trainers and with the ultra rares, but the hyper rares were lacking a little bit. So I'd love to pull a couple in this opening. We got an EXP Share, Shelder, Cosmog, Sandile, and a Butterfree. Who knows, this box itself might even have one, as there is still one GX slot left. We've got a Hariyama, Psyduck, Zubat, Cutiefly, and an Arcanine. Nice. But with 3 packs left, I get the feeling that the second pack of the 3 is going to have the really nice stuff in it. Let's see if we're right. It's got a Timer Ball, Torkoal, Meowth, Growlithe, and a Golbat. I think it's time for a little second to last pack magic, if we can help it. We've got a Krokorok, Wishy-Washy, Eevee, a Makuhita, oh, and just a Toxapex Holo. That one threw me off a little bit. So I'm hopeful that this last pack does have a GX or better inside. But as we did see in a previous box, you're not guaranteed a super rare or better. In a box, it's the norm, but there are certainly exceptions. So for Beware, Bounsweet, Pyukumuku, Lillipup, and a Professor Kukui. So this is definitely one of those boxes. Not to worry though, because now that that's done, we had an opportunity to get one of the less impressive boxes out of the way early. Get some of these out of here. Taking some of my wrappers and throwing them away. And accidentally whacking my head off of the soft box. So we're on to box number 7. Sometimes they cut easy, sometimes not so much, but this wasn't too much of a pain. Let's get in there. Alright, we got it. Up we go. 30 more packs to go with box number 7. So that's going to go right there. Stretching our bodies. Whew. Been doing a lot of openings. By the time I'm done with this one, this will be 15 booster boxes opened since I got the cards in last night. So we've got Elima, Stuffle, Psyduck, Cosmog, and an Araquanid. It's probably going to show in my voice. I've got a Alolan Persian, Alolan Meowth, Shelder, Metapod, and a Crocodile. Alright, Golduck, Spinda, Parasect, Cutiefly, and DCE. Definitely expecting at least 3 out of the remaining 4 boxes to have a full art or better inside. I think at least 75% is a reasonable expectation. So we get a Kangaskhan. These boxes worked out to a little bit less than $35 a piece, with the exchange rate going as well as it has been. But that obviously might not be the case in the future. They were 3,880 yen on AmiAmi. So we've got Repel, Torkoal, Stuffle, Passimian, and a Dugtrio. If you're interested in purchasing anything that you see in these videos, I will post a sale video around Christmas time. Currently the plan is to post it on the 26th, on that Monday after Christmas. Is it Boxing Day in Canada? I think it's Boxing Day in Canada. Something like that. So if you're interested, make sure that you have PayPal ready, because PayPal is the only form of payment that I accept for these brand new sale videos. So you come across a Zarina Holo. And of course, make sure you wait for the actual sale video to go live. This is important and cannot be stressed enough. So many people want to get cards early. They want to reserve them in front of other people, and that's just not the way I can do things. If I had a massive business and I had 100 booster boxes, then maybe I would do that, but I'm really not into that. So Butterfree, Caterpie, Wishy-Washy, Sandile, and a Rotom's Pokedex. Wishy-Washy is just an incredible name. Kind of giggle on the inside every time that happens. So we have Araquanid, Bounsweet, Marini, Cutiefly, and is that our first EX of the box? EX. He did it, yeah. Espeon GX. Very cool. I did not pull this one in the first box here. So nice to be able to give you guys a look. Alright, we got Beware, a Herdier, Psyduck, Lillipup, and an EXP share. Alright, a Toxapex. Certainly don't mean to be treating the holos like they're a dime a dozen, or the GXs like they're underwhelming. They're very much the cool thing right now, given how brand new this set is. But I could sit here and ogle them every time I pull them, or I could move on to the next pack, because I know that you guys have seen them multiple times before. Besides getting excited over every holo pull, this video will be 20 minutes longer, with no real added content. Steenie, Dewpider, Metapod, Diglett, and an Arcanine. Alright, let's get rid of some of this stuff. That'll go there. Yeah, this is way easier. I gotta remember this for Collection Moon, because I am not shooting those two back to back. We've got Beware, Bounsweet, Pyukumuku, Lillipup. Wow! Wow, wow, wow. Solgaleo GX Super Rare Full Art. That's amazing. Oh, it's so cool. Wow, I was really hoping for a card like this. Just to give you an idea of, without that secondary lighting, what the low light looks like. not a whole lot. It's not nearly as impressive to look at, but you can still get a good idea. That light is way over there, but you can kind of catch it a little bit. Just not as direct. Oh, there we go. Didn't mean to pour you on you guys there. You can see right there in the bottom left-hand corner, 63 out of 60, super rare. And this card, by all accounts, is super rare. Kind of had a flash for a second because I couldn't immediately tell if it was the regular full art or the hyper rare version. But it is definitely the regular full art. What a full art it is. Yep, well happy about that. Lucky number box 7. Good stuff. So we've got Rotom Pokedex, Parasect, Herdier, Diglett, and a Dugtrio. Definitely curious going forward what that hyper rare pull rate's going to be. If they're like on par with the ultra rares, if they're actually rarer than the ultra rares, I wonder. They could be somewhere between super rare and ultra rare, and we just don't have a large enough sample size yet. I wonder. Come on, there we go. So I can chew through the little bit of that pack at the end. Ah, another GX. It's Gumshoes GX. Sweet. I would have liked for each set to have had just one more GX card. Just one. Because as it is, the variety within booster boxes isn't quite there. You know, because if you're on average, let's say on average you're pulling 3 GXs and generally 1 full art or better per booster box. If there are only 4 different GXs that are available, then you're pulling each individual GX 75% of the time. 75% of the time, you're going to have a box with a Gumshoes GX in it. 75% of the time, you have one with a Lapras GX, and for Moon, you know, with Tauros and things like that too. But if there were 5 different ones, you would be pulling one of those only 60% of the time, ish, on average. So I think that would go a long way to provide a little bit of variety to the sets. Just a little bit, not a crazy amount. Not expecting them to go, you know, full Emerald Break or Bandit Ring right out of the gate, but I think it would have made it a little bit more of a varied experience. So we have a Rabombi Holo there. Still should have one more GX in here, as the only regular ones we pulled so far were the Espeon and the Gumshoes. Still needing that Professor Kukui super rare full art as well. Ah, it's an Arcanine. Beware, Skarmory, Dewpider, Passimian, and EXP Share. Let me know as well in the comment section below if you've got an opinion on this, whether you would like to see me continue to do those low light shots of the super rare and hyper rare full arts as we go, especially without that extra lighting. If it doesn't make a difference to you, then of course feel free to let me know. But hey, if it does, I'd love for you to tell me that as well. Maybe you enjoy that. Now that you can see what it looks like without that direct lighting, maybe your opinion has changed. Last pack, give us a Lapras GX. Find it within yourself. Thanks, buddy. That was cool of you. Lapras GX. Very, very nice. Alrighty. Get in there. Alright, let's seal this guy up. If we can. I think the best way to do this is to move those two, which we already opened over there. Start to move this stack of hollows or better into this box. I'm not even bothering to clean them too much or make them perfect, because they're just going to slide all over the place. I really just need a place where I can put them so that they won't slide. So we'll see how that goes. Alrighty. Box number 8, Collection Sun. There we go. Alright, I think we need a stretch here. Yeah. Not even at the halfway yet. Boys and girls, there's still plenty of opportunities left here. As we start things off with a Golbat, Makuhita, Parasect, Eevee, and Golduck, I hope that you guys are well. I hope that the holiday season is treating you reasonably well, outside of the whole gift-giving thing. I hope that this December finds you in a good place. Let's get our first holo of the box, because I know that there are a lot of folks out there who don't really take to the holiday season very well, perhaps due to some family issues or other problems that they might be having. Maybe there was something that happened in the past around this time of year that really is something that they struggle with. And I don't think that people should have the expectation that they need to be happy all the time, especially when maybe outsiders don't really know what your story is. There's a Sarina holo. For instance, this is kind of peeling back the curtain moment for me. When I was, oh goodness, how old was I? I think it was in 7th grade. My grandmother passed away the morning after Christmas. Yeah, I was 12 at the time. She passed away the morning after Christmas. She can't believe I'm talking about this in a video. She survived like a triple bypass. She's actually an amazing person. But it very much took a toll on her, and she wasn't able to get around very well. And then she just went peacefully the morning after Christmas. Not in a hospital, just at home. The way you would expect for someone who has had a triple bypass. But I try not to let that, the timing of that event run how things have gone. I try to remember, the good stuff about that. Obviously, given my age, this was almost 20 years ago now that it happened. Of course, I still remember it. She's my grandmother, but... As we get a Toxapex holo, I think the important thing is just to note that ultimately, you are the best judge of how you're going to react to things, especially like with a holiday season. And I do urge you to do what you can to put yourself in a good position, whatever it is that means. I'm going to support everybody out there, regardless of what they celebrate, regardless of whether they feel like celebrating. I'm just going to hope that things are going well for you. And maybe if the holidays were tough last year, I'm wishing that to get a Gumshoes GX. I'm wishing that this time around things are a little bit easier, that it gets a little bit better. You can't just flip a switch and expect everything to be perfect all of a sudden, but I hope that this time the sun shines a little brighter for you. And even to a small extent, you should know that you are even in control of some of that stuff too. Because if you believe that things are going to be awful, then you're not going to necessarily be in the correct mindset to put forth the effort to maybe maximize your emotional return this holiday season. Am I out of sleeves? No, I got one more. So I hope that you're in the right place mentally, and obviously in other ways, to make the most of things. That's pretty much what I'm shooting for. I hope it works out for you, wherever you are out there. Anywho, back to the matter at hand. We've got Hariyama, Passimian, Dupiter, Growlithe, and a Crocodile Hollows taking up our last KMC sleeve of the pack. Get it over there. Look at that, I was ready. I actually took it out of my case. I order these like 3,000 at a time, and probably got, I don't know, 4,500 on hand right now. Either 4,500 or 7,500, depends on how many cases I have in back. Pack number 75 of this opening. Time Revolve, Pyukumuku, Diglett, a Cosmog. How about that? Professor Kukui Full Art. Excellent. Really excellent. Ah, yes. Look at that. Whatever, we're going low light anyways. Not explosively holographic like some of the other cards. Especially not in comparison to like an ultra rare or something, but this is a fantastically designed card. It's definitely a case of less is more. I mean, it's a great pose by the professor himself. 66 out of 60, super rare. It's just a shining example of you don't need to do crazy fancy things to churn out a great card. And there's literally nothing overtly fancy or ornate about this, but it's still an awesome card. I'm delighted to add it to the collection. I'm really happy we pulled it at this stage in the game, too. So, in the first... Oh, actually, I gotta clean these up. Hold on. Whoops. We did get 2 super rares or better in the first 75 packs, and we're hoping to replicate said success with the last 75 packs. So we got Golduck, Makuhita, Pyukumuku, Parasect, and Persian. But for the moment, I need to get these out of here. There we go. We got Repel, Marini, Stuffle, Caterpie, and Rabombi. I feel like every now and then I've got to actually say their names. Because knowledge of Pokemon is like a muscle. If you don't use it, then you're going to lose it eventually. It's not going to be as ready. Especially where I just started learning them just a few days ago. This is one of those muscles that I want to flex. Alright, Crushing Hammer, Yungoos, Shelder, Cosmog, and Solgaleo GX. What's up, buddy? Nice. Cosmog and Cosmoem. Interesting choices. Evolving to a legendary. So we got Golbat, Cutiefly, Torkoal, Meowth, and Crocodile. Choosing to not slow the video down by calling the Alolan forms. Hope that doesn't distract you too much. Beware, Growlithe, Wishiwashi, Eevee, and Kukui. Alrighty, we've got Steenie, a Makuhita, Bounsweet, Pyukumuku, and Kangaskhan. Been thinking about how my friend wants me to watch Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion, because what she does when she can't sleep is she stays up and watches anime. What I do is I tend to my channel and sell Pokemon cards. So I feel like if I'm able to drag her onto the channel to open a booster box with me, which is never ever going to happen as we get a Crobat Holo, then maybe I should embark on some of her wishes of watching Code Geass, and what is she watching now? She said ReZero, I think? I don't know, anime is one of those things I would watch if I had the time. I would watch it all the time if I had the time. EXP Share, Sandile, Paris, Psyduck, and Crocorock. Might be something that I dig into maybe after the first of the year. You get a Persian, Skarmory, Passimian, Metapod, and Dugtrio. And I definitely want to watch, these anime and a couple others too. But it's tough to make that time commitment. Still haven't started Final Fantasy 15 yet. Beware, Wishiwashi, Yungoos, Marini, and a Rotom Pokedex. So maybe I should leave it to one thing at a time. Butterfree, Caterpie, Cosmog, Lillipup, and Cosmoem. Ooh, same pack. And our final pack of box number 8. We're about to pull an Espeon EX. We got an Alima, a Growlithe, Spinda, Cloyster. Oh, and it's a Lapras EX yet again in the last pack. Good stuff. Alright, the housekeeping bit is done. So now, believe it or not, we are starting with the official booster case of Collection Sun. This box number 9 is actually box number 1 out of 12 of the booster case. So every pack that I open from here on out until the end of the opening, as I get a drink of water, is from the sealed case. So for whatever reason you would like to track exactly what the pull rates might be expected from booster cases, then you can start counting Collection Sun from now, from this point going forward. Oh, this nut slice. I'm cutting the box, just not the plastic wrap. So the 360 packs, 360, it's kind of amazing, that will follow are going to be from the sealed booster case. If you want to track for Collection Moon, then you can start with the 4th box of tomorrow's opening, which would be box number 9 overall, as I'm going to be doing the exact same thing for that. I want to make it easy to follow along with this kind of stuff, if that happens to be your thing. most importantly, we are 40 minutes in. This video is probably going to be an hour 10 with a recap. So let's get a move on. Pack number 91. Yeesh. We've got Repel, Wishy-Washy, Caterpie, Stuffle, and Persian. We've got a Butterfree, Psyduck, Cosmog, a Meowth, and a Toxapex Holo. So here's my question now for the content creators out there, referencing a point that I made just a few moments ago. How do the people in, like, your real life, like your friends, your family, etc., how do they feel about the fact that you have a channel for Pokemon? Be it for, if you're into TCGs, we really gotta start calling him Professor K. Be it for the TCG, or if you're into other stuff, or just not Pokemon related in general. How do people in your life feel about the content you create? Are they aware of it? Are they supportive of it? And how do you feel about the way that they feel? Because this might be a good point for some of our younger viewers out there. I know I don't have a ton of them. I think I've got more people in the 25 to 34 range than in the 13 to 17 range. But for you youngins out there who are thinking about starting a channel but are wondering what other people think, if people are negative towards you for something that you enjoy, for something that doesn't harm other people, their opinion probably isn't something that you should put a whole lot of stock in. For instance, like, I'm 31, and yeah, I open Pokemon cards as part of a YouTube channel. And yep, they're all Japanese, and I've got 15,000 subscribers, and generally the people that I tell in my real life really don't care one way or the other. They don't mind it, which is obviously most important. I don't catch flack for it. And yeah, sometimes it's something that comes up in conversation. But out of the people that I, talk to about this kind of stuff, no one has ever given me an openly hard time about it. Ever. And yeah, kids can be mean too. But the point is, you gotta own it. Let's get a Crobat Holo. You can only be made to feel ashamed about something if you let those people get to you. And I'm not ashamed to do this. Not in the slightest. I'm not ashamed to be wandering the streets if it's, not 20 degrees outside like it is right now, playing Pokemon Go. And if somebody asks what I'm doing, I'm going to tell them. Because I've cultivated this idea in myself that if I'm going to let others' opinions of me sway my actions, so we get a Lapras GX and not in the last pack this time. If I'm going to let others' opinions of me sway my actions, then either I need to take a good look at myself, or I need to take a good look at the actual action that I'm having. And if tomorrow it happens to come up in conversation that I have a YouTube channel and I make Pokemon cards, and somebody gives me, like, legitimate grief over it, I'm just going to put less stock in their opinions for other things, too. People should build others up and not break them down. And if they don't have an opinion on it, just don't have an opinion on it. That's cool. That's what most people feel anyways. Like, my friends don't watch this. It's like a completely separate part of my life. But my friends, because they're my friends, are not the type of people who are going to treat me like garbage because I open up packs of cards like this. So it's called a worthwhile bond with the humans around you. There's a Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan. You'll find increasingly as you get older that you need to choose wisely the people that you have around you in your life. Some things can't be helped, like if you're in high school and you go to classes with someone that you guys just don't see eye to eye. Hey, what's up? What's up, Full Art Alima, number 2? Awesome. I've showcased this card pretty heavily already, so I'm not going to go nuts over it and show it for like 2 minutes, but you're going to take a second. It's so nice. Full art trainers, man. We gotta start pulling some full art Pokemon. Those kinds of things can't be helped. Maybe you don't see eye to eye with someone, maybe you don't like them and they don't like you. But as you move on in life, you'll realize that you can choose the people that you surround yourself with. Sometimes things like coworkers can't be helped, but you want to spend the time with people who make you a better person. Or at the very least, people who don't make you feel bad about the person that you are. Because those are the types of people that you don't hang out with. It's kind of simple. Anyways, back to the packs. Stoutland, a Stuffle, a Sandile, wow, all these S's, Paris, and a Crushing Hammer. At least they all had the letter S in them. I feel like that doesn't count, though. Alrighty, a Timer Ball, Psyduck, Skarmory, Passimian, and a Crocodile. So again, if you're keeping score at home, that is my second Professor Ilima full art, but my first of the official case, if that's the kind of thing you care about. Steenie, Metapod, Wishiwashi, Yungoos, and Araquanid. Rotom Pokedex, Marini, Caterpie, Cosmog, and Espeon GX. Sweet. Alright, we got a Professor K, Lillipup, Growlithe, Spinda, and Butterfree. I'm not going to call him that from now on. Good for a laugh at his expense every now and again, but he knows that I mean very well. Nothing but the highest admirations for the 2 members of the Pokemon Evolutionaries. We're finding great success on YouTube, and deservedly so. So got a Crocorock, Eevee, Shelder, Cutiefly, and double colorless energy. You know, something great to pull out of box 10 would be that ultra rare energy. That'd be a wild way to end this 150 pack opening. As we pop a Zarina Holo. Alrighty, Cosmoem, Marini, Torkoal, Skarmory, and Golduck. Getting down to the nitty-gritty of box number 9. Closing in on our final box. And Dugtrio. Alrighty, Hariyama, Diglett, Zubat, Yungoos, and Ilima. And the final pack of box number 9. As the wind howls its approval of my polls. It's Timer Ball, Growlithe, Herdier, Sandile, and a Gumshoos GX. Excellent. These boxes have been really good at giving off stuff at the very end. Clean up some of the mess there. Not all of it, but like enough of it. Yeah, there's a hilarious pile of packs on the floor right now. Alrighty. Box number 10. Put my shoulders into a neutral position for this last one. Man. Okay. Oh, I should probably put these back into the deck box, well, the storage box here, so they don't slide everywhere. After all, safety is #1 priority. Alrighty, there we go. Yeah, I gotta move around a little bit here. I think I need to adjust my seating arrangement. I think we're okay now. 30 more packs of Collection Sun. This will actually only put us at the halfway point for total packs for Collection Sun. It's amazing to be able to do this. But we've got Steenie, Diglett, Makuhita, Pyukumuku, and Rotom Pokedex. I do want to take a moment after watching a very nice video by 4th Star TCG referencing these types of openings. As we get a Rabombi Holo. I don't know that I'm necessarily in the realm of the mega opening. These 100-pack openings, I don't know, are quite on the level of some of the other stuff that's done. But certainly my every X and Y series booster box opening is. I think it's important to note, as he pointed out, that this is not normal. Let's see if we can find a slightly more elegant way to put this. So your typical Pokemon card collector doesn't do the type of stuff that you see on this channel, or on many other channels. People don't go out and buy every Elite Trainer box. They don't go out and buy 25 packs of this for a daily opening, or $100 tree packs. I love being able to bring that level of entertainment to YouTube. It's a blessing to be able to do stuff like this. And I love that the response is so good for it. That there are people who are willing to show up for that length of content. And in fact, in some cases, people prefer meatier content like that. The type of video they can really sink their teeth into. I kind of like this one. Well, we're running at almost 54 minutes now. But it's important to take to heart that normal people don't collect Pokemon cards on this type of level. And if you want to go out and be a collector of the TCG, and in my case, the Japanese TCG, I gotta say, guys, I do not recommend going out and buying 40 boxes. Now, the only reason openings like this are possible is because of things like this Lapras GX, which is groovy. But the only reason that openings like this are possible is because I've built up this channel over years and years of hard work and creating a little corner of a community where people know that they can come to me for Japanese openings, to buy Japanese singles or complete sets, things like that. I would not dream of a scenario when I was starting where I would be able to order what works out to about $1,500 worth of Pokemon cards for a single expansion. So we get a Crocodile. I think I was ordering 3 boxes of each set. So let's say I'm spending $750. Let's say I'm spending $600 each on Collection Sun and Collection Moon. It's really like $650 a piece. When I started, I moved up to 3 booster boxes of each set for the Black and White series, because I wanted to collect a higher percentage of the set. But that was still only like 120 bucks for each set. And that was like that was a leap of faith to move to that point. To get a Rotom, Psyduck, Skarmory, Passimian, and Kangaskhan. And then we went to 5 for X collection, Y collection, and then we went full case after that. But that's only possible because I was able to build an audience and be able to count on ad revenue and sales to make up the difference. I do not want to set the expectation that people can just buy a whole bunch of stuff and they'll just instantly make their money back. You're going to find out really quickly that that doesn't work. So we've got Araquanid, a Marini, Caterpie, a Cosmog, and a Level Ball. Case in point, I've been burned not all that long ago by something. And when Blue Shock and Red Flash came out, I can tell you right now, I took a loss on that. I took a clean loss on that. We have Ilima, Lillipup, Growlithe, Spinda, and a Dugtrio Hollow. Yeah, I took the cleanest of losses on that. Because the boxes didn't have much variety, so people stopped watching. And when people stop watching, not only do you lose some of your ad revenue, but you get a set like Blue Shock and Red Flash with very, very little variety. And aside from like the Mega Mewtwo's and the spare full arts that I had, things didn't really sell all that well. Like, I've probably got 20 each of the regular Mewtwo EX and like Glalie EX and Houndoom EX. And yeah, I could sell them for like a couple of bucks a piece, but people weren't buying. I think I even started them at like $4 a piece or something like that. $3 or $4 a piece. And they still wouldn't move. Wow! Espeon GX Hyper Rare. What a beautiful way to close out box number 10 in the end of this glorious opening. That is just my second Hyper Rare in 15 boxes total. Other one being a Lapras. Let's show off the luster. Again, this is in very, very low light. There's not a whole lot there to benefit the card right now. I don't have that secondary lighting system like I did before. Is that actually lighting from my camera? It might be. This is an exceptionally cool card, and a valuable card too. So I'm delighted to possess it the old-fashioned way. 68 out of 60 Hyper Rare. And in a way, pulling this card kind of proves my point. Could you conceivably go out there and rack up a huge credit card bill and order every single box you could find of Collection Sun and Collection Moon to get cards like this for your collection? Sure. But if you're not established in the community and you don't have experience selling to people, what are you going to do with all these duplicates? And when you get your ad revenue back, as someone with like 20 subscribers, and your ad revenue for your awesome booster box opening is 35 cents, what are you going to do about that? Because that's what I went through when I started. And then it slowly became 50 cents and $1, and you know, a lot of these openings are only going to get me $1 or $2 in ad revenue, like over the life of the video. Well, not this one in particular, because this one I know will find a bit more of an audience, but boxes 11 through 20, the ad revenue is probably going to be pretty minimal. So you won't wake up one day and be the next unlisted Leaf. There's only one of him, and there's a reason for that. So we got an Espeon GX. I'm sure people have delusions of grandeur about being the next PewDiePie. You think PewDiePie woke up one day and had 50 million subscribers? I mean, yeah, he's building subscribers faster than everybody else, but nope, that didn't happen. There was a time, I'm sure, when he thought maybe his channel wasn't going to work. There was a time when his channel wasn't profitable. It's where we all start. If you want to collect the cards and post videos to YouTube, do it because you love the content that you're creating and the hobby that you've chosen to follow. And do it within reason. Like, within reason. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for failure, and if all you look at is the bottom line when it comes to these types of openings, that is the fastest way to grow tired, to become less interested in creating content, feel like it's a chore. And there's a Sarina Hollow. And nobody wants to feel that way. Like, to me, this is hard work, but it's worth it because I love what I do. I do apologize if this video came off as preachy. I kind of want to just talk about a few different things that were crossing my mind. And maybe some of this advice can be helpful to you out there. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just an opportunity for me to talk about different stuff while I'm opening pack after pack after pack. But if I reached one person out there with one thing that I said, I did my job and it's worth it. Experience share, Sandile, Bound Sweet, Marini, and a Doug Trio. Alrighty, Golbat, Cutie Fly, Herdier, Psyduck, and Hariyama. Down to the final 3 packs of this 150 pack opening, and I'm very happy with the results. Very happy with the results. Timer Ball, Lillipup, Meowth, Paris, and Gumshoes GX. Nice. We're going to enjoy a brief cut, and then we'll be right back with the recap. So we get Professor Kukui, Shelder, Spinda, Bound Sweet, and Krokorok. And in this, pack number 150, the final pack of this opening, we're going to find ourselves a Beware, Eevee, Dewpider, Metapod, and a Toxapex Hollow as our final card. Come on, get in the sleeve. Get in the bag, Nebby. So let's take a moment to cut away and sort some of this stuff out, and I'll be right back with a full recap of everything you saw pulled in this video. Alright guys, we've been sorted out. Let's go through the hollows or better from everything we pulled from those 5 booster boxes of Collection Sun. Of course, we're going to start with the hollows because we saved the best for last. No point in reading these all off. Just gives you a good idea of what 5 booster boxes is going to give you. A buttload of hollows is what it's going to give you. I think this count would be like 56. This would be 11 for every box, and then I think I had one box with 12. But, yep. Still going strong with all these hollows. Yep. We are going to read off the remaining cards that we had. Because they're GXs and better, and that's important to say out loud. So we've got a few Lapras GXs here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So we pulled it in every single booster box. Got a few Espeon GX here. 1, 2, and 3. Solgaleo GX, I think I only pulled 2 of, which is a bit disappointing. We have Gumshoes GX. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We had no problem pulling that in every opening. And now for the best part. The full arts. In order of awesomeness, Professor Elima is going to be shown first because I already did pull this card. But the rest of them are all new. We have that Professor Kukui Full Art Trainer. The Sol Galeo GX Full Art. And only narrowly outdone by the Espeon GX Hyper Rare. Astounding stuff, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you did enjoy the video. If you want to see more openings like this, hit that subscribe button, because I'm always here opening Japanese stuff. In fact, I'll be back tomorrow to open another 150 packs of a Japanese set, and tomorrow will be Collection Moon, and I sincerely hope that I will see you there.